Here with reaction, Salem, nationally syndicated radio host Larry Elder, Fox News contributor Mercedes Schlapp. Sort of like Larry, the MLK bust that wasn't removed, or
right.
when 90% of Muslims are not included in the immigration ban, it's not a Muslim ban, especially the 40 Muslim-majority countries, or the threat that Donald Trump had a call with President Nieto of Mexico and was threatening to invade Mexico,
right.
or any of these other examples. There's so many now. It's like on a daily basis. What does this mean for the long term for those news organizations?
Well, it's about time Republican presidents started pushing back. You've got a public editor who used to be with the New York Times named Arthur Brisbane, Sean, who admitted that the New York Times had the worldview of, quote, a cultural and political progressivism, end of quote. You've got Deborah Howell, who used to be the ombudsperson for the Washington Post, and she admitted in the 2008 contest between Romney and Obama that her paper ran more front-page stories of Obama, more flattering front-page stories of Obama, more pictures of Obama, more flattering pictures of Obama than John McCain. And of course, WikiLeaks has exposed not only that the media, major media, Washington Post, New York Times, AP, not just taking a side, but actively colluding with the media and with the Democrats, left-wing Democrats, and advancing their political agenda. This is a complete rejection of their role as guardians over government. So it's about time that somebody pushed back, and I am so pleased that Donald Trump is doing that very thing.
You know, I have a list here, Mercedes. Let's see, Indonesia, majority Muslim country, 258.3 million Muslims. They weren't banned. Bangladesh, 156 million. Egypt, 94.6 million. Pakistan, 201.9 million. And a list of, I'll put it up, 40 countries that are not part of the ban. But the mainstream media said this was either a religious litmus test, like Chuck Todd said, or they keep saying Muslim ban. It's just an outright lie for them to say it, but they double down. Why?
Well, and you've read the executive order. I mean, it's very clear that it's a temporary halt on individuals coming into these countries, coming into the United States from these 7 countries. Why, I think, is a very simple answer. I think it's the fact that these journalists, for a long time, these liberal so-called journalists, have made it very much their goal to basically be as critical as possible of Donald Trump. They simply cannot accept the fact that this businessman, the underdog, won this election last year, and now they're having to report on him. And really what they're trying to do is that it is a lot of undermining Donald Trump. You go to the editorial pages of the Washington Post or the New York Times, it is anti-Trump rhetoric constantly. Now, I understand, and the newspaper will say, well, the editorial page is not linked to the rest, of the newspaper. But when you actually look at the news reporting, whether it was on the Martin Luther King bust, whether it was on President Trump, the threat on Mexico, they are just ridiculous allegations.
Neil Gorsuch. Neil Gorsuch founded the Fascism Forever Club. That didn't happen either, which was reported. Love you both. Right. Thank you.